invited a very talented gentleman here who's an artist, and Peter Hart will now introduce this lovely family to you. Peter.
Hi, I have Jeannie next to me.
Jenny.
Jenny, nice to see you today. Her son Joseph, the artist. And wait till you see some of the work that he has done. It is phenomenal. And Frank, the father, to show right now when you start, I think it's a good idea that we show some of the work that Joseph has done, because I'm just floored by the work that he has done. I can't even hardly draw circles, and to see what this man has done is phenomenal. And so why don't we lift up and show some of Joseph's work.
Look at this fantastic art. So we're going to ask Joseph's mom to share a little bit about when you discovered that Joseph had, first of all, that when you discovered he had autism, and then how much later that you found out he had this beautiful talent being an artist. And we'll come back and show this work to you again in a little while.
Well, we knew at about 1 year old that something wasn't right. You know, he just wasn't meeting his milestones with speaking. He was diagnosed at about 3. Mm-hmm. And then we, did ABA and started all the procedure to try to get him help. Art started very early on. At pre-K, he started drawing, and in fact, when he was in kindergarten, he won honorable mention in the Colgate Bright Smiles, Bright Futures contest.
Wow.
Which
Very
was
good.
international, and it
Very
was
good.
really, it was really nice. But he always drew. At first, it started with sketches. Then it grew to painting, and now we're up to oils and
Oils.
Yeah.
That's very challenging for anybody.
Was there anything specifically that inspired him to come across art to do this? Or just all of a sudden he came out with painting and
he just started drawing, like
Right.
when
Etch-a-sketch.
sketching. When something was bothering him, he would just sit and
you noticed this, and
Yes,
then all of a sudden it just grew from there.
it grew from there, and
It's like a hidden gift.
I used to take him to work. I worked down in the seaport,
Okay.
and he had his Etch-a-Sketch with him.
I remember that.
And on the way back, he had this beautiful view of the city, and he would sit there with the Etch-a-Sketch, and he was so detailed. And that was really
Incredible.
the start of it. And then, from there, we wanted him to focus. So he had a stemming issue and wanted him to focus.
What does stemming
And
issue
so
mean? For,
stemming is putting his hands in
Stemming,
front of his
yeah.
face.
Okay.
things with his hands. He didn't know what
Right.
to do with his
Okay.
hands.
So we started out with paint by numbers, and he did some of those in very small boxes. He was able to focus, and then he started watching Bob Ross on TV.
Oh, I love Bob.
Somehow-
I wish he was still around.
I wish he was. So somehow he found the channel, some
Right.
obscure channel on cable TV,
Yeah.
Joy for Painting, and he picked up some of the techniques there. So it was amazing.
Do you like math, Joseph?
Yes.
Because I see you.
like math.
Are you good at it? Is he pretty good at it?
Yes, he's very good at
Pretty
math.
Good. The,
Excellent.
multiplication,
Yeah. I s-
add, and subtract.
Excellent, because if you were painting by numbers, you must have had an attraction to the numbers
Yes.
to want to put the colors in there as well.
Right.
So, how old are you now?
22.
And
Thank
so,
you.
22, and he was about 2 or less when he was diagnosed.
Yes.
Tell me, Charles,
Frank.
Frank, I've been calling him Charles all day.
Right.
Tell me, Frank, how this affected the dynamics in your relationship with your wife, and do you have other siblings, other children?
He's
Yes,
got
a
one
daughter.
older sister.
Okay.
And
How
Tim-
old was she at the time?
About one.
They were
Okay.
15 months
15 months
apart.
apart.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
For me, it's a challenge. I think God challenged us in this way to have an autistic child, and it has brought us together. We've gotten closer as a
Amen.
family.
Yeah.
Amen.
And my daughter, she loves Joseph, and they all get along very well. So it's been great for us.
Yes, because some families run into these kind of things. They separate,
Absolutely.
but God used it to draw you closer. That's a
Yeah.
testimony.
And for me
That's
personally,
beautiful.
as a father, it's been a challenge. But it's something that's brought us together.
What has been your biggest challenge?
I think finding the time to spend with him. I work for myself now, so that has helped out. But
What do you do?
early on, I'm a CPA,
Here on Staten Island?
Yes.
This is a Staten Island family,
Yes.
and where do you live in? Was it Tottenville?
Princess Bay.
Princess
Princess
Bay.
Bay, okay.
So for us, it was tough. I was going to work. You leave at 6 o'clock, 6:30. You don't get home till 7. So it was tough to get to those type of events.
Right.
But luckily, I'm able to take him around and take him to school. He's going to CSI. So
Wow.
it's been good. It's been good.
What are you majoring in CSI there? Or what is he majoring in, Janet?
Well, he
Jenny?
doesn't major. They just, he's taken art, he's taken psychology.
Oh.
They just do various classes that they think the kids could handle.
Wonderful. So you enjoy that, going to CSI?
Yes, I'm enjoying it.
What's the name of the program, Joe?
My new program is art.
Your new
No.
program is art.
What is it? No, the name of the, where do you go, Joe? What's the name of the program? Melissa?
The name of the new program is Going to the Melissa Riccio.
Going to the Melissa what?
Melissa Riggio program. It's part of, it's within
AHRC.
CSI. It's part of AHRC, and it's within the College of Staten Island.
And who drives Joseph there?
We do.
Daddy drives me
Daddy drives you.
there
Right.
at CSI.
He picks you up and drives you there.
Morning
That's,
in the afternoon.
and you have a lot of friends there?
Yeah.
And he likes me to drive him.
He
Only
doesn't like it.
because
It has nothing to do with my driving.
No, of
Absolutely
course not.
it's only because I let him listen to FAN,
Oh, yeah.
the
he likes
sports channels.
Oh, so you like
It's
sports?
on the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
Very good.
that's why he likes me driving. Doesn't
How
like his
long is the
like-
class at CSI?
You mean like for an hour or half
Is it
hour?
an
Well,
hour?
it depends what
Two-
classes they are. Some classes are double classes, and they're
Okay.
a couple of hours long. Usually, it's regular classes.
Wow, that's good, Joe.
It's almost like an inclusion
Okay.
type thing.
Right.
It's regular CSI classes, and they bring these kids in, like one at a time, to sit in on the regular college courses.
Oh, that's important.
And he's got
Yeah.
a mentor all day.
A mentor with him.
Oh,
Goes
good.
with him all day.
That's
And that's the way
great.
it was at Petrides. When he was diagnosed in kindergarten, we had him at Volunteers of America. And then from there, we were very fortunate to get into a inclusion program through PS 37
Yes.
at Petrides High School, middle school. And then he was able to stay with the mainstream kids from kindergarten all the way till he left when he was 21 years old.
Very
Yeah.
important.
So it's a great, it's underutilized, that program, and it needs to be expanded.
Speak more about it.
Well, they allow him to go in with the regular mainstream kids. And to me, when he's with the kids that are mainstream kids and they're speaking correctly and they're acting correctly, to me, he's able to visualize what that is.
What that represents, yes.
And he sees that and he speaks the way they do, and I think it's helped him with his self-esteem.
Excellent.
So
Excellent.
Hey, Joe, when you're painting, do you have an idea of what you want to paint? How do you do you see a picture and then say, oh, I want to paint that? Or do you think about it and say, oh, I think I'd like to paint a picture about this? How does that work?
I wanted to paint that work of art. I have oil and brushes and tools.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll be given a picture.
He usually takes a picture.
Takes a
Yeah, it's
picture.
always a
Okay,
picture.
so that's good.
paper
And he's got
towels
commissioned.
And easel. You got canvases from shopping of Michael's.
Michael's, what a good story. Huh?
So, 1 second, so you said that he's been commissioned as an artist? Let's show his art again for a
Okay.
minute.
Yeah, there's been times where he's had people come up and give us pictures.
Wow.
They wanted it, Donna Long, for example, went on
Donna
vacation.
Long of Grace
Grace
Foundation.
Foundation, executive director. She wanted something of her vacation,
Uh-huh.
and that's what he did. So she took a picture down there, and he painted it.
So, lean it back a little left towards them. Yeah. So these are oils?
Oil-based.
Yes.
Yes.
Oil-based.
On
Oil-based.
canvas.
I forget which one
canvas.
is which, but one is Venice, and the other is the
Florence Il Duomo.
Florence Dome.
Okay. Thank you. This is beautiful work. Jenny, would you?
Joseph, that is absolutely fantastic. I heard they're going up for auction.
We'll see.
Yeah?
Get back to the Pepper Jack Grill. He's had a couple of shows at the Pepper Jack Grill over Manor Road, and hopefully
had
we'll
some
get back
exhibits
there. 2 already.
And how many pieces of art did they have there on the wall?
10 to 12, I think.
Yeah, I
depending on
Wow.
which one, yeah.
I want to see the
Yeah.
rest. Do you have pictures of them? Maybe you can send them to
We
me
do.
by email, and I will superimpose them since I have to deal with that one other post-edit thing. But, I'll insert them into the, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Well, he's having another show on July 7th.
Tell the viewers where
Yes.
and when, what time,
It's
when.
July 7th at 5:30 PM at the U.S. District Court, the Eastern, I guess the Eastern District Court, the Charles P. Sifton Gallery, and that's at 225 Cadman Plaza East.
Is this
in
Manhattan
Brook- in
or in
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn? Oh, Cadman Plaza,
Very
that's
close.
wonderful.
Very close.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to air this show on Brooklyn TV, so the Brooklynites who watch it, when does it start?
At 5:30 on July 7th.
July 7th.
That's the opening, and then it runs for, I think, 3 months.
3 months.
Well, that's good, because sometime during July, this show will air in Brooklyn as well as Manhattan and Staten Island, so people will be able to go and watch, view Joseph's art. And so you've spoken about his accomplishments and your strengthening of your relationship, but certainly there had to be some challenges that were not very easy. And how did you deal with them, and what could you tell a
Well, the-
parent who maybe has just had a child diagnosed?
Well, what happened
With
was when he
autism.
was first born and he got diagnosed, I thought I was going to cure him before he hit kindergarten.
Uh-huh.
So we tried everything. We tried secretin shots and ABA and whatever was out there. I almost went to Mexico to get bovine shots as well, but I was stopped.
And we stopped that.
Yeah. But now, you know what? I feel Joseph is who he is, and he's wonderful. He's kind. He's talented. And I love him for what he is. And he may be a famous artist one day. He may not,
Amen.
yeah. He may not be quarterback of, you know, a football team or, you know, president of IBM, but it doesn't matter because he has his own strengths, and life wouldn't be the same without him.
Aw.
Everybody has their different gifts, you know,
Yes.
Joseph, and I believe yours is being an artist. And that's a gift, right from the throne, right from God himself.
Yes.
And you have that, and that's a special gift. That makes you a special guy.
Donna Long
Donald, right.
has expressed concern about, because her child has autism and she's 34 now, and she has expressed concern about the future. Because when the kids age out of certain programs, the options are being reduced constantly. Is this a concern for you as well?
The only concern I have really in life is the fact that, you know, what happens to him when something happens after we leave.
Exactly.
And he's well enough to be in a group home. I don't know what the deal is with them providing more group homes on Staten Island. I know it's been kind of curtailed. So that would be a major concern. If I was going to talk to a politician, it would be to get more group homes.
You talk right there, and you tell them the need. There's the
You need more
camera.
group homes on Staten Island. So
Uh-huh.
that would be my major concern.
Who would be in charge of that on Staten Island?
I wish I knew. Would it be the borough president?
be the
Would it
borough
be?
Start
president?
there. Yeah, you could start there. I don't know.
I don't
That's a
really know.
Donna Long question.
Okay, yeah. So this is a concern. And what about your daughter? Has she volunteered to step into that role?
Absolutely, yeah.
Is she married yet?
No, she's 23.
And what does she do?
She's a teacher,
Oh,
yeah. So she just started out, she just graduated, so she's, right now she's subbing, so.
And what about the rest of your family, aunts and uncles and cousins? And do you have a large extended Italian
Yes,
family?
of course we do.
We do. His first show at the Pepper Jack Grill, we must have had 200 people.
Wow.
And they just came out of the woodworks.
Wow.
You know, so it was good to see their support. They've always been supportive.
We're
of
glad
Joe.
to hear that. That's
So.
very good.
How many paintings does Joseph do?
Over his lifetime, he's must be probably over 100.
Yeah, that
I would
is
say.
done, yeah.
Yeah, I have all pictures of every single one he ever took, and you can see the gradual transition to those from when he first started. He really liked lighthouses off the bat. There was something about lighthouses that he liked, and but you could see the progression from where he was to where he is now.
Let's show his art. For those who are just now tuning in, we're showing Joseph, his last name is
DeCandido.
DeCandido's artwork. He is a 22-year-old young man who has autism, and he's got a beautiful talent of painting with oils, and he's exhibited in various places on Staten Island, and he's got some shows coming up, and you should definitely go and support them. How much does a picture like this cost if someone wants to buy it?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
haven't.
It's progressed, but we've
would you
gotten
guess?
some. You know, it really is the market, but we've gotten some advice from his teacher at Petrides, that was his art teacher, about what to price them out. But
Who's his art
you know.
teacher there? Jan? Is it Jan?
Miss Granatelli.
granted,
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah.
there's another
She was
artist named
wonderful
Jan.
too, because she allowed him to teach even the kindergarten kids when he was there when he was starting to get older. After he graduated from high school there, he had 3 years where he was kind of doing work studies, and but they allowed him to come into class and
Wow.
teach art for the
Well,
kindergarten
not
kids.
teach,
It was
but he
nice.
helped out. He
Helped
helped
out.
out Miss Granatelli.
Did you enjoy that, working with the younger students, Joseph?
Yep. I'm working with the younger students.
You were helping Granatelli, Mrs.
I
Granatelli.
help the Granatelli to do books, art supplies, and
Books, art supplies? That's
And that's it.
excellent.
clean up and put this away.
Sure, sure.
How long does it take to do one of these?
Some of those took a couple of months,
I would assume,
Yeah.
sure.
you know, if not longer. Those are
guys-
really detailed.
He's got a little studio downstairs in the basement, and he's now gotten into jazz music.
Really?
Jazz music
So
it-
old music, jazz music, and he's got his headphones on, and
while he's painting. Are you both talented in art?
absolutely not.
Neither one of you. Where did you get this from, Joseph? This talent you have, huh?
I know where you got it from.
God.
Who?
Right up there.
Straight from God.
That's it.
The only one
God's a
that
painter, God's a creator.
yeah, the only know of is my grandmother, on my father's side, was a very good painter, and she started very late in life, 60s, and I have some of her work home as well, and it was in the same realm as that. It was
Oh,
really, really
interesting.
terrific. So then maybe that's the connection. We don't know.
Yeah. Do you enjoy looking at other people's art that you see on the walls?
I enjoy looking at the people. I saw a painting hanging on the walls of the gallery at the Church's Museum at Snug Harbor.
In Snug Harbor, I'm going to just repeat what you said. Could you repeat what he said?
Snug
'Cause-
Harbor, yeah, he
Snug
enjoys
Harbor.
looking at paintings up in, that were on display at Snug Harbor.
And the Pepper Jack Grill.
No, that's you did Pepper Jack.
Right.
Well, maybe they have some art in there, some
They
other
do,
artists, see?
she sponsors other artists. There's always an artist being displayed at the Pepper Jack as well.
That's a fantastic
Yeah.
thing to know.
Yeah.
I applaud Pepper Jack
Yes.
for displaying, giving a venue for artistic artists to display their work on the walls. That's fantastic.
Yeah, he's had 2 there, and we're going to hopefully go back in the spring. Right now, he's had 5 paintings from Italy. We want to get to another 5.
You mean,
And,
so what did he use as a model for this?
Well, we went on vacation there a couple
Oh.
of years ago, and we took
Yeah, these are our shots, these
God
are our
knows how many
pictures.
pictures.
So he has the picture
So-
right next to it.
Right.
Yeah,
And he starts painting.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
Wow.
And he sketches it out, especially the dome in Florence. All those lines, all those ledges were handwritten. There was no straight lines, there was no rulers involved there.
Wow.
So it was pretty intense.
Do you have some other hobbies, such as cooking or, I don't know,
My
sculpting?
favorite hobby is cooking.
How about swimming?
swimming,
Oh,
He swims,
Painting.
yeah, he swims with Special Olympics.
workers.
oh, that's wonderful. Are you real good at that? Pretty good?
I'm good at the freestyle and backstroke.
Yeah.
With
Lots of
Mario,
medals.
Very
the
good.
swimming coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mario Papa is the swim coach for Special Olympics. He goes Wednesday nights and at the Elizabeth Conley Center.
Where's that?
So Elizabeth Conley Center in Willowbrook.
Oh, Willowbrook, okay.
He's been with Lifestyles for Disabled for a long time.
And that's part
So-
of the Willowbrook program? Is that what you're
That's
saying?
part of, yeah, Special Olympics is part of, was part of Lifestyles for the Disabled.
And what
so-
else do you want to tell us about the Grace Foundation?
The Grace Foundation
What do you do on Fridays?
is the old place in Watchog Road.
Watch how
Well, they
good.
used to
It
be.
used to be
Yeah,
in
they
Watchung.
moved.
They
Right.
moved, sweetie.
What do you do on Friday nights
The
with,
old
what
neighborhoods.
do you do on Friday nights with the Grace Foundation?
The Friday nights, I got to do parties.
With what group?
My group of Daniel Rutten, Anthony, Lauren, and LaBella,
Whoa,
and Stephanie,
wow.
Jessica, and Jenna.
These are all your friends at the Grace Foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah, Friday night, they have a Club Life program for the older kids.
Mhm.
And
Do you
he's
play
been doing
games
that for 2
there
years.
and stuff like
I
that?
play games there. It's called a racing car.
Racing cars? What do you
Wii.
mean, like on
On
the
Wii.
table or?
No, on
On
Wii.
the TV. It's
Oh,
called
Like
the-
Wii.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so untechnological that I didn't realize. Of course, we're doing computer
Right,
games.
right.
Who's
So he's got a full life,
Yes, he does.
He's very busy.
very busy.
Now, unfortunately, he's a Mets fan, but that's,
Oh, Joseph.
and the Jets
Joseph.
too. So you can't have everything.
Now, you're an accountant, so you've probably thought
Right.
about
That's
this. Have
go
you?
Mets.
I'm sorry.
He
That's
said
go
let's go
Mets.
Mets.
Go Mets,
What
yes.
I do, I can have everything.
That's right.
He said, what?
He wants to have everything, and he wants the Mets to go to the World Series again.
Let's see it. Let's see it happen.
Okay, Joseph.
Not good to do that.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see.
You never know. So you're an accountant,
Right.
and I've heard from some law firms that it's very important to set up a trust
Right.
if you have a special needs child. Have you done that yet?
We have.
Yes.
We did that when he turned 18. The one thing that you need to do is get him on Social Security.
Okay?
But
Tell the viewers,
more
please.
important than that is the guardianship. So when he turns 18, he's now on his own. So to have all the access to his medical records and to his well-being, you need to get guardianship
You as a parent.
as the parent. So we
Otherwise, they
need-
won't tell you anything because of HIPAA? Is that
That's
what
right.
you mean?
That's right.
Oh, my
So
gosh.
we need to make sure you're on. You get the guardianship papers
Sure, very
for the child.
And you do this through your lawyer? Through a lawyer? Is
You'd
it-
get someone to do that with you. The guardianship, you'd go down to Richmond Terrace, and you would, you'd be able to fill out the papers yourself. They have somebody down there that would guide you along. Maybe take a couple of trips. You then eventually have to go in front of a judge and swear that you're going to take care of him for his life, and that's what we did. So you need to do that when you turn 18.
And tell us what the point of a trust is exactly.
Well, the Special Needs Trust, he can't have any kind of money in his own name, simply because he has no ability to run a checkbook or buy a stock or a mutual fund. So the trust is set up so the money that's in there, you have a trustee, and that person will take care of his money for him. And that has to be set up as an entity.
I understand.
trust.
Because, viewers, you might have a family of, 5 or 6 siblings, and maybe mom talked to the daughter and said, when something happens to us, will you take care of your brother? And maybe dad, unbeknownst to mom, said that to his oldest son.
Right.
And meanwhile, when they're no longer here, the kids are arguing about who's supposed to take care or not
Right.
take care. And it's got to be put in writing and set up in a trust, designated people that are in charge of the money and in charge of business decisions for the special needs person. That's so important. Don't wait till you get, God forbid, hit by a car, you're not here anymore.
Right.
Right.
And everybody is like this, saying, how do we deal with this? We can't even get access to his records because of HIPAA laws. Do it now. Talk to your attorney and get a trust set up for your special needs loved ones. Is there
I would
anything
agree.
else practical that you'd like to share? We have maybe half a minute left.
Okay?
Nope, just love them for what they are,
For who they are,
who they
not
are
what
and
they do.
are. Right,
Joseph,
exactly.
I'm going to make a prediction that you're going to make some of the finest art in the world.
He already is.
So-
Let's show it one more time.
thank
People
you.
will recognize all over the world, Joseph, because you have a special gift.
Again, this is Joseph's art.
Two campuses is called Florence and Venice.
Florence and Venice.
The special gift as that I made it.
And go through that, where he has the art show on July 7th.
Few seconds, real quickly.
Okay, here you go.
No?
Yes.
July
20
7th, 5:30, U.S. District Court, Eastern District of New York, Charles P. Sifton Gallery, 225 Cadman Plaza East, Brooklyn, New York, 11201.
Thank you for tuning in, and do go to the art exhibit, and do speak to your relatives about getting a trust made for the special needs loved ones. Thanks for watching Heart of New York. I'm Angela Hart.
Bye.